brought to you by NRTV. We're bringing you the 2021 Fortescue Premier Grade Clash of the Week. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get underway now. Arcs kicking off to Curtin. They're going to send the first one deep this afternoon. Big rivalry between both clubs here. Both these clubs have come through the community grades over the last few years as we see a knock-on. I'm going to see a scrum in the first minute here. Both of these sides have been battling out, as I said, through the community grades over the last 5 to 10 years. Both now in the Premier Grade competition. Wins for these sides hard to come by, so this one's always a big affair for both. First scrum of the afternoon here. Arcs definitely have the bit of a weight advantage, but as we've seen today, as the game goes on and those big Arcs boys get tired, a lot of these Curtin scrums, they've been putting in a lot of work in the off-seasons. Lots of technical work, and they've got a good hit first here. Just need to hold their feet, don't over-chase. Now they're angling in as well. Referee for this game, George Foster-Jones. He's been quite in form in recent months and weeks over the last couple of years. Been appointed to this one to keep space and time. Big change as well for the Curtin University outfit. Nick Chadwick has moved into the number 9 jersey. And the words we're hearing out of the camp is that he's actually quite useful off the deck. Hit and chase, down far side again here. Ball comes out eventually for Arcs as they spin it through their back line initially and get it out onto the wing, and the first opportunity is going to come in the corner. And Arcs go straight over and score the first try of the afternoon. In the corner, it's 5 points to 0. Curtin just sucked in a little bit too much there. And the floodgates opened up out wide. As you see there, as they got towards the 22, Winger came in off his man. Check ball out. And as easy as you like, 5 points to 0, kick to come in the corner. All about composure for this Arc side as well. They've got the rugby smarts. They know how to play a good bit of footy. But just comes to discipline around ruck time for them. So if they can manage to keep their behaviour in check today, it'll be a lot easier for themselves. First try score out on the wing there was Craig Wesley. Kick comes across now, it's high, it's moving towards the dot, but just fades off the inside. Score's going to remain 5 points to 0. We're 3 minutes in. Curtin ready to get the restart underway. High kick, found a little bit of space, had to get underneath. It's a good tackle from Wheeler. Arcs settle the ball. 35 out from their own line, hit the pot up first. Good little run there by Khan. Now feeding it out the back. Opportunities out wide. Once again, Curtin just sucked in too much. Fighting through the first little bits of contact. And working towards halfway. Blindside option. Half scoots, gets it around the corner. It was Black to Crawford. And ball available again. Flat ball. running on sharply Laurent. Plenty of support. Any old half getting in at the moment for Arcs. Just need to get someone to get it out. They find a bit of space. Crawford again now, taking on the line, gets his hands free. And now Black gives it off. Cowley down the right wing. Just fighting, trying to stay in the field of play. Gets brought down, 5 and 5. Plenty of ball runners. They send this one long. Bounces. Opportunities now. Just trying to find who wants to take it on. Ave. Grubber through. Off a Curtin boot. Finding its way towards the line. Chadwick covering across the back and gets taken into touch in goal. I believe this one's going to be a scrum down. Arcs ball. Brought into touch in goal. And that's what we settle on as well. It's the second scrum of the afternoon. Packs get themselves together. Good hit. Loose head Curtin angling in once again. Just not able to hold the weight out there at the moment. Pick and drive towards the line now. Curtin just short. Gets confusing with that white line at the 2 there. Plenty of numbers piling over the top. Now Arc spin out. Looping play around the back. Just lost forward there by Wedsley. Curtin get the turnover. First little run of the ball for this afternoon. Robert Fulton, the Stableford of the back line. And Chadwick off the deck. Brought to ground now, just on the 22 with Savia.
Advantage over for the knock.
Now Burns brought to ground outside. Good counter ruck here. Arcs with an opportunity. They start to pile in now and get over the top of the ball. Turnover comes. So quick turnover. Rush defense out wide from Curtin. 2 on 1 now. Wings are on. Has to step inside. Good little attempt there from Perry to keep him in.
He's left it. Play on.
Available now. Through the back line to Manu.
No.
Just a chase. Lots of pressure being applied by Curtin, though. Now it's going to be left to Cowley to get back. No one wants to get their hands on the footy. Eventually gets picked up, but playing on the ground, I believe.
And without the ball, yeah.
No push without the ball. That was against Josh Wheeler there. He's doing a lot of good work early, keeping that ball disrupted, but now Arcs come away with the penalty. Tap and go, chipping over the top. Opportunity here for Timanu. And turnover ball once again at the back. Brandon Davis. Eventually brought to ground and stripped immediately, so it's possession ping pong at the moment. Neither side wants to hold the ball for more than a phase. Slow ball, pick and go to the right. There's Toki on. Set out to the right here. Toki wants a ball. Nope, pops out the other side of the ruck. Messy ball chance for the counter ruck. Curtin are over the top of this one. Just not surviving long enough. Yes, he did.
Holding on.
So a good bit of defensive work there by Curtin. Slow ball by Arcs. Gave him enough time to set back. Get ready, and then on the next tackle, just pilfering straight over the top. Touch finder looks solid. So we're going to have a line out. 43 out from the line. Curtin with ball in hand.
Just set the first. So can you maintain the gap the whole game, please? Your responsibility. Yeah.
Joined now this afternoon by Dave McRae. He's been on the sidelines, just getting a little bit of study from both of the sides. Find anything interesting out on the benches there, Dave?
No, not as of yet, Nick.
There's a lot of chatter coming out of the Curtin camp to our left, as now we see Arcs off the turnover ball. Opportunities for the wing, but doesn't quite go to hand. Ball goes back. Curtin shoving off 1-2. The cover defense comes now.
The run's a bit lax here from Curtin.
Their pace on the ball has been the message to the back line. Wheeler trying to secure the ball, do so now. Chadwick now feeding out the back. Paley, inside ball to Fulton.
Lost red.
Gets brought down 24 out. Numbers piling across. They maintain their feet. And they've got the hands in the ruck. There was a lot of pressure there. Just seeing a noticing trend there. Curtin, once they've had that first to second phase, they're leaving it to a couple of other boys to actually get over the top and secure their ball.
Well, just in that play there, Nick, when that turnover ball, I mean, the run up to support was just not there, was it?
Need support behind it. Comes from a little bit of rugby smarts. A lot of young faces in this Curtin outfit. And just not understanding, needing to be running off their ball runners. Be there in support, get the offload or secure that ball, secure the ruck.
Off, guys, we got a sub.
And a sub coming straight away here. Far side arcs running across the park.
14 red. 14 off. Hang on, time's off, guys.
So a short stint for Craig Wesley this afternoon, already coming off the park. Must have picked up a niggle. Arcs ball, 35 out from the line. Turnover, Chadwick has nowhere to go, has to accept the contact from an Afani Nato. Now Curtin opportunities, losing it forward once again. Lucky not to come away with advantage. No, it comes now from the side. Deep ball, Arcs trying to find something. Advantage will be over with the jabbing kick. It's a good one, holds up in the surface. Lost backwards, we're outside the 22. Have to run the ball here. Arcs now settle behind it. It's been held up, maul called by the referee. They're going to lose this one. And just failing to get to ground initially, this one's going to be locked up. Turnover ball, Dave.
Yeah, again, the run and chase. It's almost like I'm watching a team in Curtin that's played 2 games already. It's rather odd. I mean, that there's plenty of numbers here. They're up and about. The energy from the first 2 games, well, you called the first 2 games, the energy was there, but seems a bit lacklustre now for the big game.
Just doesn't seem like anyone really wants to run onto the ball at the moment, especially take on a bit of contact. I know these Arcs boys, they're big and they like to hit a ruck hard, have a big tackle. But at the end of the day, they're just men like you, Curtin boys. You need to get in there, support your own men. Been a lot of pressure on the loose head here. Curtin chasing, going too far. And I think he's going to receive a chat this time from Foster Jones. As you notice here, there's a lot of pressure. Matthew Stevens, it is the loose head prop here. Just needs to maintain pressure. He's trying to get an upper hand on Kane. Probably outweighed by about 30 kilos. Set to go again.
Bind. Set.
Better hit this time. Ball's in and available. And we clear out for the back line. Arcs flat, jabbing through. That's why they set up flat, and there's a foot race on here. Just gets shinned forward. A little bit of holding, diving on it at the back now.
No red, off your feet.
Tyre Perry doing well to secure ball. Have to pick and go, need to buy some time. It's a good bit of work by Grace. Handing off now. Little options left and right. Curtin, this looks better. They're running onto the ball this time. Gets back to Grace, and he's found himself in a little bit of open space. Brought to ground, no, he's not. Ankle tap gets shrugged off quite nicely. Grace wants to go all the way.
Free.
No, he was pinning the ears back. Once he beat the first 2, he wanted that all for himself. Options out to the left here. Sayuvala wants it on the left, the big number 8, but they choose to dart right. Chadwick has a crack himself as well. 2 small young man. So we're inside the 22. Slow ball once again. And Curtin need to find something.
Oh, this is messy.
Here we are, playing the ball on the ground.
I think they were lucky there.
Yeah, lackluster around the ruck time there. They were going to get a turnover regardless. Didn't need to go in with the hands. And I think the old adage must come true here. Take the points. No, they're going to look to the sideline.
Well, it's the first real foray into Arcs territory, isn't it? So
first real entry. Yeah, not wrong there. See what they got at line-out time.
Just on this theme of pace, Nick, they are a smaller team, but they're a younger team.
Okay.
So there should be no excuses when it comes to pace. So they're going to get beaten with kilos, but they're not going to get beaten with legs. So use your advantage. That was a terrible line-out.
Bad line-out. Outside shoulder gets tapped away. Arcs come up with it, scrambling at the back. Now they're going to go for a clearing kick centred. Curtin, once again, the youth shows they're out of position, get turned inside out, and the ball's just allowed to roll into touch 50-odd metres down past the kick. And it's going to be a Curtin line out, 35 out from their own line. Same with the Rugby Smarts again there, Dave. Maybe a quick line out you'd like to see there?
You've just taken the words out of their mouth. They had 4-on-1 there. They could have cleared that ball right out really quickly. And the spread across towards the broadcast side, they're playing on the back foot at the moment.
They're letting the game come to them, trying to get hit up by Arcs. And we know eventually they're going to break a couple of tackles and run straight through you. There's going to be a few times throughout the game they're going to break big tackles. So you've got to take the game to Arcs, force the issue onto them, see if they can fix the line out this time, which they do. Nicely done by Ansbro to take it at the top. Slow ball once again. Feeding through. Grace, the ball runner from before, has another crack at it, but no way through this time. Chadwick slow to the back of the ruck. A little chip into open space.
Clever,
it's
but
going to
no
bounce.
runners.
No runners chasing on. Chadwick has to fail it on himself. No, sorry, it's Fulton. Big shove off, beating a second one. And that's it. You give these Arcs boys a little bit of space and time, Dave. They're just going to run straight through like that. Big contest at the ruck. Fulton gets the turnover.
Arriving player, he was fine.
So the captain, Robbie Fulton, doing a lot of heavy lifting there. The only ball chaser, makes his tackle at the end, gets back and wins the turnover. It's a one-man band back there. Clearing kick now.
And that's not going to go out. Or is it? Is it? No, it's not.
It's not the best kick that turned into a little bit of
You've only
genius.
got two chases here.
They got all the time in the world, Arcs, to exit their 22 here. I don't know why they've remained so deep, but now the kick comes charged down. Might roll its way into touch on the far side and does so now. Geez, a little bit lackadaisical even by Arcs there. They've settled into the pace of Curtin.
Look, and conditions aren't going to get any better, Nick. Well, 28 degrees is the broadcast, is the forecast, I should say, from the bomb. But there is, just for those watching at home, there's absolutely no wind across the ground, so it probably feels a lot hotter than 28. So if they don't have the energy now, they're definitely not going to have it in the second half.
16 minutes into the first, already with a couple periods of time off. You've got no excuses not to be to be gassed out already, and not straight at the back. Line out, the option called by Curtin.
The better option, given the forward packs.
Yeah, look, and they're going to have to be careful. I think it's already been noted that the loose head's not really doing too much of a good job for Curtin. Time's going to be called off again here now. What would you like to see off the line-out piece here? Do you want to see the backs maybe actually attack it with pace? Do you reckon they can bring it down out or out more?
Well, the line-out down here on the opposite wing that they did actually win. There was this lack of urgency, wasn't there? Brought it to ground, and then I don't know why you'd have a play with a ball on the ground, but even the receiver was again lackadaisy with it. Move the ball quickly. It's a youthful team. Use that advantage you've got in the young legs to move the ball. The only way you get a better team like Arcs is if you move the ball.
It certainly looks like every single one of them hits the gyms from that Curtin outfit as well. They're certainly fit. There is no excuse.
No.
We're putting it all on them to outrun Arcs this afternoon. That's the only way they're going to get through. And if you play coast-to-coast rugby and you actually run onto the ball as a backline, you're going to be hard to stop.
Let's be honest. These are the two cellar dwellers of the competition as well. And so they're both used to being on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And when we go back and we have a look at the games where Arcs, for example, are beaten and beaten well, it's those teams that move the ball well and make them run.
Sides like your Perth Bayswaters who like to play really wide rugby. There's a forward pot on the left side of the ground. There's a forward pot on the right side of the ground. And they use their 10 and 12 to shift it the entire width of the pitch every single play. It's still just a pod ball like every other team, every single phase. But they just move it coast to coast every time. And a team like Arcs, they just get run off their feet eventually. It's a lot of defending to have to do. Short line out, 4-man. Arcs have to drop goal line. They go front trick play, lost forward. Don't know if we needed a trick play like that this early in the game. Arcs settle with the ball.
It was 4-on-1.
It was 4-on-1 outside. So now Arcs settle, look to go to the pocket here now. Do so. Clearing kick gets up. It's going to find its way into touch. Finding it about 30 out from their own line. So not the worst kick in the world. Not going to expect too much more out of them from such deep in the pocket with a bit of an angle.
You had done.
And once again now Curtin, reset. Just 20 metres shy of where they were 2 seconds ago.
You can sit with me if you want.
Fogali set to throw. 6-man this time, front pod setup. Confusion on the call. Not sure where they're going here, Curtin. They don't know what they want to do. Over the top.
Terrible.
Bad throw once again. Don't even contest to pick it up. They let Arcs do all the heavy lifting in that department as well. It was brought down by Cowley and now it feeds out through, I believe Harris was the man who went to ground. Pocket again. Only one player back for Curtin. Secured. Davies looks heads up, fakes the up and under, and now finds a little bit of space. Not too many chasing from Arc, so he's picked the right option here. Davies to ground, 35 out.
They're going to lose this again.
And needs support under it. Fogali gets the hands off Chadwick, doesn't want to go to ground, so gets it off again now. Siali Ovali to ground.
Just second to the contest.
And once again, not enough support, blowing over the top of the ruck. And Arcs have got the turnover pocket and they'll clear it again, but lost forward.
That was just fortuitous, that was. Again, second to the breakdown.
Every time.
You've got ball in hand and you're the attacking. You got the attacking play. Whoa! If you're second to the contest, you're going to lose the ball. It's almost like they forgot to turn the switch on before they come running out.
Just need to talk a little bit. You've got to work in your threes. If there's a pod ball runner, he should have 2 on him. Those 2 go over the top and they secure. It was a good little heads-up play here by Davies, though. You see, he got the ball at the back. He darted inside. It was good to see him darting through a couple. And then Curtin support. He ran towards them. He found himself in a good little position. Scrum down, Curtin ball, early shove. Lucky to get away with it, Arcs. I'd maybe like to see some decisions coming out of these scrum resets soon by Foster Jones. He's being a little bit tolerant with both packs early here. But maybe just setting a quick example. Arc's not good enough, free kick, get him out of there. Primed and set again. Curtin just with the one on the right-hand side. Arcs have matched up with 2 blind side. Looks like they're going to run a crash ball off 13. No, 8 picks blind, Suliavali. Driving towards the line and over.
That is...
Didn't look likely. But Curtin have gone over. They're going to level it up 5 all with a kick to come and a little bit of pedestrian defence, you would say, down the blind side, Dave.
Well, as soon as he picked up that ball, he knew exactly where he was going. Bad defensive line from the Arcs, but again, this white line fever that the Curtin have, it's come off well there, but fortuitous. If the Arcs had set up properly in defence, that wouldn't have gone over. And
they had the 2 on the blind side. You've got your flanker and you got your flanker set up there. You've got three men to tackle the 8. One of you got to take the game on by the hands and take him. I know we've just been bagging Curtin's potential defensive issues, but yeah, they are straight away.
Yeah. And again, if it wasn't for that bad defensive line from Arcs, he wouldn't have gone over. The fact that he picked that ball, he went straight for that line. And again, his support out on the right were flat-footed. So if
they weren't going to get the ball.
They weren't going to get the ball. So there's some big gaps in both sides at the moment.
So kick to come, 5 apiece is the score. Clean strike of the ball.
That's a good kick.
And goes over. So an important 2 for Curtin, 7 points to 5. And as we enter this second half of the first half, not the best English there. No ball in the centre.
Let's go ball. Time off. No ball, gentlemen.
And as the Goats ball boy on the side here is just sitting on the ball, now he's realised and kicks the ball on.
I might have missed that. There was a bit of chatter as well on the sidelines from the Curtin.
Time back on. It's on you, kicker.
Curtin bench, I think, having a few words to say to a few of the Arcs boys on the pitch.
That's more than okay. Happy to get a little bit of feeling involved in this afternoon's contest, maybe to bring out something better out of both sides. This one's into touch and Arcs look to go quickly. Do so now across the back. No one else out there. He's going to have to run this himself. Gets inside the first, and now he can find the options outside. Didn't need to do the triple cut. Just could have gone the regular pass. However, the winger gets caught up now, and they've gained a few metres. Cowley was the ball runner. Now across the face, it goes through Tata. Stripped in the contest, the call from the referee, and now the turnover for Curtin. Chadwicks looks left, and Toki runs the ball.
These three need support, though.
Grace needs someone with him. He's been the ball runner the whole time. He's got people outside him now, and Curtin are going to go through again. Brought down, almost half a trip, and then playing the ball. Could get penalty advantage here, Curtin. It was a sloppy play of the ball there by Arcs, but they got the ball inside the 22, and the game starts to come alive.
Gee, he could have
Foagali.
thrown it to his left.
Heaps of numbers out to the left. It would have been in for all money. Now Curtin slow things down once again and let Arcs reset. Arcs have got one down in back play. So 14 versus 15 inside the 22. Siliavala. Chadwick to the one-on-one out wide. Can they use their pace? Ty Perry gets wrapped down. Support comes. Chadwick gets done round the angles. Now they get it free once again, and once again passing it off but not getting forward. They need to either take it to ground, but Chadwick gets through himself. He's everywhere. He's moved into 9 this season, and he's finding a lot more of the ball. And it's one of the sloppiest sideways tries you'll see, but Dave, they're over again.
But just in that last few phases, there was urgency, wasn't there? There was urgency to run the ball, look for the option, left or right, not this white line forever, and that's got him over the line. So again, as we mentioned, you attack this arc side with a bit of pace, a bit of ball movement, and you're going to find gaps.
And it was a good little use of time there by Chadwick. He went into the first bit of contact, went to ground, noticed he didn't have the support coming over the top, popped it, got himself up, then wrapped around the back for Tyler Perry, who had the ball, got the ball again, and headed himself underneath, as you just saw there, for his try.
Got to mention as well, the tackles that came from Arcs, they're all around the waist,
15.
all around the legs and ankles, which gave all of the Curtin ball carriers, gave their arms were free and gave them options to pass.
So 12 points to 5, kick to come here. Paley strikes now. Looks good again. No, just over to the right maybe. So score's going to remain 12 points to 5 in the first half of this FMG Clash of the Week. It's just been a good 5 minutes for Curtin. They've scored 2. Arcs need to get back into the game.
Time off, gents. Got a substitution. Who's coming off? Which numbers?
So the real numbers early, Arcs.
Yeah, lots of early substitutions
I'm just
coming.
looking on the bench at the moment. So we do have an ankle, and it's been quite heavily strapped. So he won't be taking any further part. That early substitution, you know his number.
But danger for Arcs.
Yeah.
Time back on, gents.
I believe it's number 12 on the bench there.
It is number 12, yeah.
Number 12 there. Tireni, who is quite the ball carrier. No, it's 17. One of the subs, Huta, is already off.
No red.
So a nice big pack of ice on his right ankle there.
Backwards.
And Arcs, when fitness is the question, not good seeing too many subs come on early
Great,
for
that's
them.
fantastic.
Robbie Fulton breaking through now. He's got the pace.
Support. He's got no one.
Fulton brought to ground by a great tackle, just manages to push the ball backwards, bought his team some time to get across. Curtin inside the 22, so a third entry in consecutive fashion now, causing disruption, getting the penalty advantage. Chadwick, blindside, nowhere to go. Now they need to reset and find a forward pod. They've got their big number 8 ball runner out to the right, but they go a pick again through Hamish McKay. Off the deck now, ball runners are set and ready. It's Big Vuea. Big Vuea again, just charging through the line. Didn't have the momentum to begin with, but then started his leg drive, and Curtin go 3 for 3.
Well, that's a turn up, isn't it? The game has literally turned on its head in the last 5-7 minutes. But again, a lot of kilos going at that defensive line against Arcs, but the tackles, you've got to hold your tackles first and foremost, or at least stop him. And the way that the defensive line for Arcs, that last line is approaching those Curtin runners.
He wasn't exactly attacking the line with pace when he first got the ball. We see here now when the ball gets popped off, he's pretty much walking towards the line, then sees there's no one on the inside, cracks on the inside, and starts really just driving the legs. And by then it's too late. He's already broken the line. You're 5 out. He's going to do nothing but fall over the big man. And we get the third for Curtin, 17-5, kick to come. So maybe they were listening to you, Dave. You said that they needed to take the game to Arcs. You said they needed a bit of urgency. Kicks just off the inside. He's 1 for 3 so far.
Well, we've got two sides that probably aren't the most skillful in the competition. So, again, playing to their strengths. They're going to make mistakes if they move that ball quickly. Because they're going to find those gaps.
17 to 5.
12 minutes.
10 minutes roughly to go in the first half. And the call comes from the bench saying basically that Arcs are already exhausted, and I'm pretty much on side with them now.
Yeah, they're not in a hurry to get back to the line.
Sucking in the big ones, a few of them. Probably expect this kick to go deep. They want to get some territory back. And it does, makes its way around the 22. Chasing up off the kick nicely there. And Chadwick just goes fishing now. Try scorer has another crack at the line.
Driven back.
Good defense
Ball's
this
out.
time, Arcs. Ball's this side, sneaky on this side, a little bit of a hand. George Foster was just coming around the wrong side. Curtin, flat ball wide, cutting out nicely. 3-on-2 on the wing. Managed to it's brought to ground eventually. Chadwick moves to 10. And just finding someone on the ball. So slow play of the ball here for Curtin. Just trying to find someone who can break the line like Fayagoli did just briefly then. No real urgency here. Blindside, minor overlap if they can get free.
No red!
Brought to ground that time, Burns.
Don't wait.
Forward runners are flat, they decide to go to the back line. 10 gives a little pump and decides to take it to the line himself, gains 1 or 2. So probably entering about the 8th or 9th phase here for Curtin now. Have gained a reasonable 15-20 metres, but just happy to take a bit of time off the clock here and keep moving forward as Robbie Fulton just darts that one off the side. Need another one out to the blind side. It's 2-on-3, so they can use the hands nicely. Cut out, pass goes to ground, lost forward. Arcs now with a bit of ball in hand, see what they can do. Lost forward advantage, they pick blind. Dylan Crawford did well to secure on the blind side. Toki gives it off now and lost forward again.
Coming back for the high tackle.
Going to go back. High tackle, actually the call on the far side. Must have just been around on that first tackle.
Thanks, buddy.
Didn't see the arm go out. So let off for Arcs. It's twice the fullback now, though, has knocked the ball on. Just seeming to look before he catches the ball, looking on his outside. There was one off the defensive inside the 22. And once again there, just not quite watching the ball into his hands before he looks on the outside.
Yeah, I can tell you from experience, if you don't watch the ball, you've got to drop it.
So kick makes its way into touch. Probably 25 out from the line. Arcs with an attacking opportunity that they haven't seen in the past 15 minutes. 5-man line.
Hold.
2 in at the receiver, lucky to get away with that one. Once again, just sloppy on tactical plays. Running it straight forward this time, Avay. Running around the back, Toki.
If they run at the line here, Arcs, they're going to get close to the line. They just need to keep ball in hand, hit that line.
Running straight, palming off the wing, doing a good little bit of work. There's to Manu. Now needs to present, they need quick ball.
All right, he's come through.
So we're inside the 22.
Oh,
now
it's
been snatched underneath by Chadwick. Running towards the line, the big curtain, number 1.
Bang.
Matthew Stevens got met nicely by Hokie, and he's won the turnover again. So the 1 possession phase turned over. And now Arcs back on the attack inside the 22.
He's got 3-3 so far.
Black's just charging towards the line. I was expecting him to be brought to ground sooner than that. It's up to Avay to fill in at half. Now they get close to the line. Pick and drive once again. Arcs building the pressure, and they're going to get their second for the afternoon. No real resistance on the fringes there. Arcs recognising it, and they just pick and drive over the line. 10 points to 17, kick to come.
Yeah, that's what I said. Need ball in hand. Hit the defensive line from Curtin. They're going to get through. Use their strength.
As you see here on the replay, just simple pick and drives left and right of the ruck. just picking it up, diving towards the padded post. And the referee in great position just to award the try at the back there. You've got to put your ABC defenders in play.
Yeah, mate, I better.
Otherwise, Arcs are going to pick you apart quite simply. Can't allow teams like Arcs just to gain meters off every single pick and drive. They should be gaining nothing.
Well, it's a good response from Arcs because, again, if Curtin are going to move the ball, they're going to have a bit of agency. Then, if they're playing that game properly, playing to their strengths, their opportunities that Arcs have are going to be, inside the 22. The pick and go, as you said, they've got the weight behind them. And again, the uni side, youthful side, not a lot of experience. They're going to find those gaps as well.
It's just about communication. Arcs, that's it. Arcs are going to just, if you don't have anyone defending on the inside channel, Arcs are going to say, oh, well, I'll have a crack.
Yeah.
I'll have a crack. That's fine. I'll get 2 meters. I'm happy. And if no one's calling ABC.
And that's all you need against the youthful side as well. Has he missed that? He has too.
Gee, that was an important kick as
a
well.
Shocking miss.
17 to 5.
He seemed to.
17 to 10.
He seemed to want to kick the stuffing out of it.
Yeah. Curtin still in control, but only by 7. We'll see where this kickoff goes. There's plenty of space off to the right. Arcs have not put a man front right. If it gets recognised by the wing out there, they could have a free kick. But it looks like they're just going to go by the wayside, send this one high. Straighten down the forwards. It's going to struggle to make the 10, actually. Just short.
I got a touch.
It's good disposal. You're running at 100% now, Dave. And we'll come back to halfway for a scrum for Arcs, not making the 10.
Just a scrum, ball, not 10.
So here, I want to take a little bit of a deep dive here. Watch with me, Dave. Number 1 for Curtin, the loose head. He's the closest man to us, taking on the number 1 for Arcs. Now that Arcs have got ball in hand here, I wonder and see if he caves straight in like he has on most of the Arcs scrums. Setup's not too low. Sinks now.
Bind.
Good long blind. Drops the elbow a little bit in there. Say, straight inwards.
Yeah.
Disrupts the Arcs push and takes it all around the side. Comes out, but it's certainly going to be something that gets looked at in the second half.
Got an overlap. He's gone right through. You could have driven a truck through that.
Ryan Black's going to go over, and Arcs have had the quick reply. So maybe it's just what team wants to turn on for the 5 minutes at the period of time. Arcs get a second in quick succession. Basically straight off the kickoff. First phase off the scrum from a not 10 kick. Ryan Black gets a try for Arcs and they'll have another chance. But with the last kicking effort, I wouldn't say this one's a definite.
No, well, he's dead in front. Just need to headbutt it over, so to speak.
So as you see, wrap ball comes. Ryan Black then feeds. It was a good little opportunity for him, but he just wanted to attack the line. Lazy defending lets him go straight through, and he's not the quickest man on the park, but he used his angles well.
Well, I don't have the option of the replay there, Nick, but I would have been interested to see the eyes of the man out here closest to the line on the broadcast side. Was
Josh Wheeler, the number 11.
Was he watching the ball carrier, or was he? Yeah, so.
Turned immediately, didn't want to make the first up contact, was leaving it to his outside man.
Yeah, good. What's that?
But there was nothing left.
And again, it's youth, isn't it? It's not
yeah,
it's
communication.
Lack of experience, yeah.
Just got to talk to each other as a young side. Kick comes, not guaranteeing anything, but he's hit this one a little bit sweeter.
Scores a level.
Scores a level, 17 apiece, and we're in the dying stages of the first half. So Curtin have got to make this one go 10. Don't want another scrum on halfway because it did not work. Once again, Dave, you see there on the far side of the field, nobody for Arcs in that quadrant. It's a free kickoff. But there's zero awareness currently. Even the winger's not calling for it on the far side. If I was a greedy little wing, I'd be screaming for it. I don't care if I was heard. As long as it's quick enough, we'd be on. Same kickoff. Arcs secure the ball. And the struggle tackle's just not good enough.
5.
Doesn't get out of the 5th, but almost. The tackle's just not quite coming the way the Arcs, the way from Curtin at the moment. Nobody at home deep left as well, so they're going to get this one wide, and it's going to be a foot race with the 10. Brought down 40 out from the line. Slow ball, but secured nonetheless. Arcs feed Tata, and then flat ball to Carlos.
And that was better. That was better from Curtin. Much better.
They've caught disruption. Unlucky there. Just 2 cracks on the second time. The first little bit of counter ruck was good though, Dave. You are right. Just had a second crack of it once he was on the ground. Tata wrapped up. Nowhere to really go. Interesting to go the tap and go from 45 out in the middle of the pitch. Floaty ball over the top. Jaden Jacques brought to ground 35 now. Slow ball again. Arcs just want phases. They know they can go forward if they get there. Grace, nice little shoot and tackle. No knock on, it was backwards. And now they're going to attack the line. They can pierce here. Fulton trying to strip the ball through the tackle. Not quite successful, and he's going to get pinged for rolling here if he doesn't get out of the way soon. Ball's available, lucky there. Inside ball's a good one. Now inside the 22, need to secure this tackle. Now the ball gets lost forward.
Backwards.
No,
Blackwood's off Black. Can Curtin come away with the pill here as well? Looks like they have. Need someone in the pocket. So they're going to have to pick and go, see what they can do for a phase or two first. Folgali was the first carrier.
There's absolutely no spread from Curtin. None. They're all...
No one knows what to do in
up.
exit. There's no exit call. There's no play for exit at all. They're hoping someone figures it out. Fulton now drops to the pocket. But their number 10 kicks it out into touch anyway, not gaining too much. Can go quickly, but it's 2-on-2, not much there. And it's going to be half-time nonetheless. So Dave, 17 apiece. We're going to head into the second half. Let's hope things pick up in the technical aspects for this one.
Probably a good representation, the scoreboard of the 2 halves of that first half.
Exactly, yeah. We'll see you right back after this, everyone.